Alright.
Hi.
Hi. Alright, so, hey guys, this is the 12-week video. It's not the 13-week video, although some people may think it is for a second. So, what has gone on this week?
This week? Let's see. Other than a lot of sleeping and fighting with the dogs, I had my first appointment with the OB nurse for my paperwork intake thing on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
and we celebrated our anniversary the same day.
We did celebrate our anniversary that same day?
4 years.
Anyway, so we celebrated our 4-year anniversary, and obviously, yeah, you went to the OB. So why don't you tell everybody how that was?
It was okay.
It was an
I guess.
appointment.
Yeah, I mean, we went over paperwork. I filled out at orientation, and they, asked me a ton of personal questions that even our fertility clinic didn't ask me.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, some of which I wasn't too comfortable with the fact that they asked, but it had nothing to do with, it's just because it doesn't have anything to do with the pregnancy.
Yeah, of course.
It's a touchy subject when things don't coincide with what they're supposed to be looking at me for.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I do have to go and see a specialist, unfortunately, because Ireland Community Hospital thinks that I'm high risk, even though the fertility clinic doesn't think I'm high risk.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, we're not talking about the country of Ireland, we're talking about
Ireland Army Community Hospital.
Which is it's the name of the hospital, so if you hear us talk about Ireland, we're not talking about the land of green and plenty, we're talking about the actual hospital.
Yeah, the lovely hospital here on Fort Knox.
I don't even know that Ireland's the land of green and plenty, to be honest, but plenty of whiskey, I suppose. But
yeah.
Anyway, continuing on.
So they had me set up for that. Well, they tried to set me up for that day. They called the downtown clinic.
Mm-hmm.
The
high-risk clinic.
The high-risk clinic, and they would have sent me to. But downtown couldn't get me in for at least a month, if not a month and a half. So they called the same hospital. It's through Norton and Cosair. It's their maternal fetal medicine specialists. So they called the suburban one, and they, didn't have their scheduler wasn't in. But they said that, it looked like maybe about 2 weeks to get me in, which is a lot better than, 4 to 6 weeks. Especially when I'm 12 weeks.
After we talked to the high-risk clinic. Now, you're not high risk, technically?
Yeah, according to the lady that I talked to that was doing when I scheduled my appointment with the high-risk clinic earlier on Friday, I called her and made my appointment myself. She, went over the fact that the reason I'm going is for medication.
Of course.
And for the fact that, I have a kidney disease, and with my polycystic ovarian syndrome and stuff. And
it was a little bit...
It's stuff that's out of the realm of what Ireland is.
They're
comfortable just being the only person in charge of me. So they wanted to have somebody else looking at it. And plus, I mean, Wednesday I had 8 vials of blood drawn. And, I had to pee in a cup. And apparently...
the Army absolutely loves whenever you pee in cups. That's the best thing ever.
I think they need to get bigger cups. Pretty sure they need to have wider mouth on the cup, because at least you boys can aim.
Yeah,
we can't. They just give us instructions of spread and
to be fair, I
try.
can't aim worth a damn anyway.
I know you can't, because it's all over the floor.
But anyway.
And you pee on my scale. Makes me angry.
And on you sometimes.
Yeah, when I'm in the bathroom trying to brush my teeth. But anyway, so when I called, I talked to her about it a little bit.
4 whole years of marriage. Anyway.
Oh, Lord.
Continue.
Lord save me. But I'm, they said that they don't really see me as, a very high risk. Somebody that would have to only be seen by them would need to, deliver in a high-risk situation. They don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to deliver with an Army hospital with a normal OB. They just want to make sure that my meds are taken care of, make sure my blood pressure stays under control to keep my chances of preeclampsia down, and to keep an eye on my thyroid, since even with, normal pregnant women, it still will throw your thyroid out. My thyroid's already thrown out of whack a little bit, so this way they can keep tabs on it. Like they said, the pregnancy could actually fix my thyroid, and I may not even need my meds, or it could really mess up my thyroid, and I could need my meds increased.
And there's no way to tell at this point.
No, they're not going to know, but they said from you know, what everything looks like right now, I should be fine. It's just my blood pressure med is what they're worried about.
So how have your symptoms been looking?
Symptom-wise, I've been... Sorry if you hear random booms in the background. There's cadets and ranges and stuff around here.
I think someone's firing mortars and they're kind of close to the house.
Yeah.
Those are pretty loud.
No, the mortar range is not far from here anyway.
No,
so.
I know it's not.
But no,
I'm about to have a posty moment here.
You're okay.
Anyway, continue.
But symptom-wise, I mean, I've just been tired, like normal, which you've been quite aware of.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been having the issue with, I can be super tired at night, but if I even get the slightest bit hungry while I'm laying in bed, I can't go to sleep until I get up and eat something, and then I can go back to bed, which we found that out last night, big time. And I've been having the weird pregnancy dreams, like dreaming of swimming in, you know, Olive Garden salad and everything like that. It's really weird. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, my back just hurts and stuff every so often. Like, if I'm up on my feet for too long or I'm in a position that's uncomfortable.
Which, to be fair,
yeah.
Our backs all hurt whenever that happens.
But. Yeah, I mean, my hips are uncomfortable. You know, I'm still feeling some of, like, a little bit of the stretching, but it's not as much anymore. It feels more like things are trying to, like, rearrange themselves. So, like, if I cough or I sneeze, like, everything feels kind of weird. So I'm thinking things are probably shifting. I mean, I am 12 weeks, so I'm assuming things have started shifting a little bit.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that. My feet swell a little bit more often than
Which is why you're wearing sandals right now.
Well, no, it's warm out. There's no snow on the ground and there's no rain. I'm not wearing tennis shoes. You know that.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows me, especially my parents, they know if I don't have to wear tennis shoes or shoes of any sort, I'm not going to.
That's fair. Alright, and so now next week, what do we got going on? We got
next week, we will be going...
Your first appointment with the high-risk clinic.
Yeah, that's on Thursday. I have to be there at 8 a.m. for an 8:15 appointment. She said I should be done by 11.
There's a whole possibility of all kinds of different, like, tests and stuff.
Yeah, there's a possibility there might be... I might have to have an ultrasound. I may have to have more blood work taken. While I'm there, I'm going to be meeting with the doctor, meeting with nurses. They're going to be taking vitals, getting baseline signs for me now, especially with the fact that I'm already going to be, like, I'll be 13 weeks next Friday. And since I'm going on Thursday, and we've been measuring ahead with the baby.
We'll see what maybe, if it does get measured.
Yeah, if they do an ultrasound, which is most likely since it's going to be my first appointment with them. They're going to want to see what the baby looks like, because I don't have any ultrasounds from Ireland to give them.
No, all we have is from the
fertility clinic, and those we have personally and are at the clinic. They never sent those down.
Yeah, those aren't part of records.
That's not part of records for them.
Okay.
And Ireland doesn't want them because they want to do their own.
Yeah, of course.
Which is fine. So that they said is going to be. There's a good chance it's going to be a pretty long morning for me, which is fine. Because, I mean, I would rather have all this stuff checked now.
Which means we'll have a lot of good stuff to report next week, obviously, on exactly what's going to be happening. And what has happened and what we found
say, out. You know, because I know there's a really good chance my blood pressure med will be changed. Which is fine. Because, like I said, as long as it keeps my blood pressure under control, I don't care.
Yep.
As long as it's doing its job. Now, if they try to change me something and it's not working, I'm going to be a little frustrated because I don't like it when my blood pressure's out of whack because I don't feel good when it's not under control.
And let's see, what type of stuff are we looking forward to next week as far as symptom-wise? Is there anything special that goes on in 13 weeks you remember?
I don't think so. I think it's just basically same stuff. Everything's growing. I mean, right now, if we were to use like a regular like Doppler, not like how we had to have the vaginal ultrasounds for everything with the fertility clinic.
I think now we can see the heartbeat now.
We can see it. We can actually find it with like a regular just little Doppler machine. Like you could find it. We don't have one. I'm thinking about possibly getting one just for the fact that when I'm not seeing fertility specialist, we don't see somebody we only see somebody every 4 to 6 weeks.
Which if anybody out there actually does know of a really good fetal Doppler machine or anything like that you can possibly send us some information about, or we're totally down to, we'll review it and take a look at it and see what we can figure out.
I've heard the Sonoline Bs are pretty good. Sonoline's supposed to be pretty good.
We'll double tap with it and see what what people out there say.
I think that's what Britt has.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But other than that, I mean, next week it's really just
more of the same.
Baby this week pretty much finished developing everything.
Yep.
And they're just going to start maturing, and really the only things left to really move to where they need to be, like the intestines need to get out of the umbilical cord and get into the baby's abdomen, and then the, you know, whether it's a boy or girl, genitalia has to, you know, right now they both look exactly the same. They both have like a little nub on the outside.
And tentative date for gender, sexing of the baby would be...
Hopefully June 26th,
we're
hoping.
What our tentative date is right now.
It's just going to depend on if we can get him off work that day to make the 2-hour drive to the special.
Which means we may have a cool themed video coming up here in a couple weeks, but...
Yeah, we'll probably save it for the 4th of July video.
That'd be a good idea. That'd be a really good idea.
That way we have time to tell family.
Good point.
Before we announce it to the whole world, because I know people are going to want to know.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, the only other thing we have coming up is, you know, after my appointment next week, the following Monday is my first actual OB physical.
That's right.
So that they can, and I get my first ultrasound at.
Which hopefully we'll be able to talk about more in the video too, the next video at least.
Oh yeah, we'll be able to tell you guys a little bit more about what should be happening that day, because I can't really find anything else out until Monday when I call to make my ultrasound appointment. So. Well,
do you have anything else for the people?
Not really. I mean, I've been good other than my cravings.
Yeah, which, you know, I just got back from
teriyaki chicken.
Tasting some good stuff.
And ice cream.
Ice cream was good. Also, DQ s'more stuff, I forgot to get it today, and I'm going to have to get it next week. But anyway, I think that we're good for this week, and we'll see you guys all for week 13 next week, sometime around the same time. We love you all, and can't wait to see you again.
Bye.